welcome to lesson P7. We're going to continue our work with linear equations and how to write them given certain information. So let's just take a look at it. We're just going to do a couple examples. So this will actually be pretty short. First one is going to be based on just having 2 points. If you're given 2 points and asked to write an equation of a line, first thing you got to do is find the slope. So recall slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, where in this example, x1, y1, x2, and y2. So we're just going to substitute those coordinates into the formula. y2 is -1, and then it's minus y1, which is 5. x2 is 4, and x1 is 1, so minus 1. And you end up with -6/3, which reduces to -2. So now we have a slope. In order to write the equation in slope-intercept form, we're going to use point-slope form. And the slope that we got is what we're going to substitute in for m. We can use either of the points given. It doesn't have to be the one that we labeled x1 and y1. However, that is the one I'm going to use. I'm just picking that because it has no negatives. But it doesn't matter, so it's your preference. So in this case, y minus y1 is 5. M is the slope that we just calculated. And then x minus x1, which is 1. We have the equation now in point-slope form. And in order to convert that into slope-intercept form, we're going to distribute the -2. And now we simply just add the 5 to the other side. And that is your equation. And to graph it, just start with the y-intercept at 7, and then slope of -2 means down 2 and right 1. And then draw your line. If I was doing this on paper, I would be using a straight edge. Now we're going to look at a couple special cases. So first, recall that parallel lines, 2 lines that are parallel have the same slope. And 2 lines that are perpendicular have slopes that are opposite reciprocals. Okay. So if you're given information such as an ordered pair, so that's going to be your x1 and your y1, and that your line is perpendicular to another equation, what's useful here is the slope that you're given, which is 3/4. If it's perpendicular, the slope of the line that you're being asked to write is the opposite reciprocal of the slope that was given in that line. So the opposite reciprocal of 3/4 is -4/3. Okay. What's unique about this question, I don't even need to use point-slope form because notice this is actually a y-intercept because x is 0. If that was any other point, I would need to use the point-slope form, but it's not. So that's your b value. So if I just want to write my equation in y equals mx plus b form, well, I just found the m and I was given the b. So the equation is going to be y is equal to -4/3 x plus 4. The y coordinate of the y-intercept would be the b value. So if I go to graph that, then simply 1, 2, 3, 4 is the y-intercept. Then -4/3 would be down 4 and right 3. Down 4 and whoop. All right, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and right 3. And then draw your line through that. All right. This question is very similar. It's just we're given parallel. We're also not given the y-intercept. We're given another point. So this would be your x1 and your y1. We are going to use point slope form for this one. It's important to note that this is parallel, so that means the slope that we're given in this line is going to match the slope for our line. So it will be identically 3/4. When I go and substitute that information in, y minus y1 is going to be y minus 5. The slope is 3/4. And then it's x minus x1, which is 12. All right, so now when I go and distribute 3/4, 3/4 times 12, 4s would cancel out, and then I'm left with 3, so it'd be minus 9. And then when I add 5 to both sides, I get that. So -4 is the y-intercept, and then 3/4 would be up 3 and right 4. And you draw your line through that. Actually, through the points, not the way I just did it. All right, a couple more things to look at. If you're given a point and just told the line is vertical, okay, recall what a vertical line is, right? A vertical line is just x equals some number, right? So if you have an ordered pair that you're given, 3, 2, so right 3 and up 2, the vertical line through that point is going to be that, right? The vertical line that goes through that ordered pair is going through an x value of 3. Every ordered pair then has to have an x value of 3. So this one's going to be x equals 3. And it's always going to be whatever, if you're given a point and total line is vertical, it will always be the x coordinate is what the x is equal to. On the flip side, you have an ordered pair for part D here, -2, 10. Well, -2, 10 will left 2, and then up 10 is all the way up here. The horizontal line that goes through that is going to look like that. Remember that any horizontal line is just y equals a number. Well, in this case, it's going to be the y coordinate. So the equation is going to be y equals 10. Okay, so any ordered pair, if you're given any ordered pair and said that it's a horizontal line that goes through it, it's going to be y equals whatever the y coordinate is of that point. All right. Notice how I did give you an exit ticket in the in the assignment on Google Classroom. Do that now, and then we'll try the practice, and then we'll go over the exit ticket together as a group. All right, let me know if you have any questions.